Today's episode is sponsored by our good friends at Famous Faces and Funnies, located in Melbourne, Florida. Check out the link below for their online auctions, as well as Docking Bay 94, located in Boca Raton, Florida. Check us out on comicsandgames.com. And Ian's Display Stands, the best figure stands for G.I. Joe and Transformers, period. Hello and welcome to another exciting and hopefully informative episode of Codenamed YouTube 2. I'm your presenter, Shibu Are You, and today we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to do another comic book grading unboxing. So these are books that I had sent to PGX grading services and they had come back to me. And again, if you didn't watch the other episodes, I highly recommend it. But it was probably a 30-day turnaround time. And the companies I've had relationships with is EGS and PGX grading services. I've spoken with Colette, Daniel, and Rob over at PGX. First class people, wonderful people, and it was cool to get to know them. I've actually had conversations with them. And of course, it goes without saying, Tony over at EGS is just a phenomenal guy. And the cool thing is, that's what you get when you deal with these two companies, where CGC is just becoming too corporate. And again, I know most of these modern kids push towards CGC, and I just feel like in the long term, that is not healthy for grading and the comic community. Putting all your eggs in one basket. And case in point, I pointed out in earlier episodes how, in modern day economics, we've seen the Toys R Us fall. We've seen Sears go to shit. And we've seen, GameStop on the fringes of, going down the tubes. So what helps a industry is having diversity. And not just one company as a standard, but several companies to be and uphold a standard. So because I think it's kind of cool that I got to speak to these people and got to know them. So it's more of a human thing. And I know that sounds weird in this digital age, but hey, we're GenXers, so it's kind of cool to know people and have that human relationship. So without further ado, let's take a look at the books that I got back and see what grades I got back. Simple as that. Let's start. So here is, I kind of turned it over for the surprise. So here is 6 comics, nicely wrapped. Let's just pop out the Craftsman Lox Blade. Now, regulars know that I love me Craftsman tools, passed down from my father to me, so let's go ahead and open this up. Be careful not to scratch the plastic. And I will say this, the times I spoke with, actually on the phone with Colette and Daniel, first class people. And I'm going to say the same thing about Tony over at EGS. I mean, it's just nice to, build a relationship with people. I mean, in this digital age of texting and all this other bullshit, call me old-fashioned, but I think it's kind of cool that, people do that. All right. So they put these the sleeves. Alrighty. Alrighty, so the first book, let's take a look at it. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm kind of glad. Frank Miller's Wolverine run. This is Wolverine issue number 2. And, again, I'll tell people this. What's cool about modern comics is there is a place in every single price range, or stay within your lanes. Comics could be expensive at the same time, getting into this and getting all this stuff done, but it doesn't have to be. So, for example, everyone would target issue number 1, and I like issue number 2. It's a little bit cheaper, And, you know, but still, look at this cover. And I just think that it's great. And the cool thing is in the back, look. The Atari Star Wars game. So for all of us Gen Xers that remember this, I mean, it's kind of cool to see that. And so I got a 9.0, 1982, wow. October 2nd, it's kind of cool. So I thought this was kind of cool, and I'm glad I got this back. Next one. Ooh. DC Showcase number 97, and this is the first appearance of Power Girl. Again, here's the thing with Power Girl. I don't even think DC even knows what the hell to do with her. I mean, you have Supergirl, and even in the comics, they really didn't know what to do with her from when I was reading it. But still, this is a first appearance of a character, 1978. So to get a 8.5 on this book, that's pretty damn sweet. And again, this was when, I guess she didn't really have that, you know, boob window as much, and it's 1978 as she does in her modern iterations of the character. But even though it's a first appearance, I don't think it's like one that's gonna skyrocket that much, because I just think DC has no idea what the hell to do with her. Like, you know, she's cool and everything, but it's just one of those things that, you know, poor girl has to find a niche in the superhero universe for her. But still, regardless, it's pretty cool to get this back. And the back, look at that. Superman and Wonder Woman watches. Look at that. You could send away for it, and you'll be cool in school. All right. Next one. Ooh. I'm telling you right now, get on the She-Hulk bandwagon. And now is the good time to get ready for, because we all know that it's already been announced that Disney Plus will be having a She-Hulk series. And I loved the writer in this, John Bryan. I think I'm saying that wrong, but like his writing style, I think now as an adult, I'm enjoying rereading the Sensational She-Hulk now, because as a kid, it's not written for kids at all. Like, you know, it doesn't take itself seriously, and revisiting this She-Hulk series in the 90s has been it's been a joy. It's really fun as a grown adult. As a kid, you know, it just didn't catch on to me. I mean, I thought She-Hulk was great. I mean, but still at the same time, like, now that I'm older, I'm enjoying She-Hulk's comic run a lot more. And again, She-Hulk, the Savage, She-Hulk, the 70s one, that's going up. And this one actually has been climbing as well. So now is a good time to pick up your She-Hulk keys and add that into your, you know, search pick list. 9.2, that's pretty damn good. And the next one, whether you're a Gen Xer or modern comics, I think it's a rite of passage to get this. And that is Spider-Man #1 with the iconic Todd McFarlane cover. I think everybody and their mother has this, and it's one of those things that it's cool to have. And I'm glad that I got it. I remember riding my bicycle and picking out this issue. So, and then it's just good to find. And in the back, you got Contra C, Super C, Contra 2, and how much we were all mad that the code didn't work. Up, down, left, right, BA start. That in Contra 2, that shit didn't work. So that was a big disappointment. But again, I got a 9.2 on this, and again, this is one of those things that, you know, you have to add in your collection, whether you're a Gen Xer or even modern comics, just to have this iconic cover. I gotta find the Snake Eyes version of this. There is a GIJoe annual with McFarlane drawing Snake Eyes in the same image as Spider-Man here. So that's one of the things that I need to add in my collection. Find that one. Now, of course, no matter what, I gotta get a GIJoe book. So here's my GIJoe 144. And if GIJoe fans know how important this issue is. It was, going only, 11 more issues to the end of the G.I. Joe run, 1994. So this is important because, we just got the news or pictures from the Snake Eyes Origins movie set, and they look pretty cool. Again, in the G.I. Joe fan base, some people are excited and some people are mad that it's not a Caucasian Snake Eyes. But, it's a modern era. You got to be open. And the whole point is to appeal to a new generation. So I hope the new Snake Eyes movie becomes a smash hit. And I hope everybody goes out and sees it. Regardless, go out and watch the Snake Eyes movie when it comes out. But in this is a very key issue because we learn what happened to Snake Eyes' face and why Snake Eyes and Scarlet are, so attached to each other. Like, Snake Eyes saved Scarlet's life. And in the process, a blast kind of blasted his face off. So on top of all this shit that Snake Eyes had to go through, and that's despite being a badass and a kick-ass character, the poor guy just can't catch a break. So that's why this is a key issue in Snake Eyes. So if you want to know, this is one issue and very inexpensive to pick up. But again, nonetheless, this will be going up in value. So, but with me, that's going up on the wall. So I'm glad I got this 9.0. Pretty cool. And this week the trailer dropped for Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage. So I sent my 362, the second appearance of Carnage in Spider-Man. So again, this is actually the second print. And I remember riding my bicycle to pick out this issue. And I picked it out. I think they did have a first print, but I liked the unknowingly because I was a kid, right? So I picked the second print out with the silver cover. So, but still, it came out beautifully. 9.2, and sometimes those second prints are maybe just, or if not even more sought after than the first prints, because you gotta remember, they release the second prints, they don't release as much, the third prints even less. So I'm glad to get this. And now, and again, 361 is kind of getting out of people's price range. That's okay. 362 might be in your wheelhouse, and the second appearance isn't nothing to sneeze at. It's still an iconic series. And you see, I think here we go. And this is being sent in this month, 363. So that's the conclusion of the Carnage storyline. And, seeing the trailer for Venom 2, it looks great. I'm excited to see it, and I'm looking forward to that. So that's this. 9.2, that's pretty damn cool. Now, the other two books I'm going to showcase are, I just was able, through trades and stuff like that. So, or Target. The first one is Secret Wars issue number 4, Hulk Holding Up the World. I remember seeing this as a kid, and I just thought that this was badass because, it just shows you how strong the Incredible Hulk was or is. And, everyone talks about issue number 8, and rightfully so, but at the same time, issue number 4 is no slouch. And besides, I think, another issue to target is, I think, issue number 7, the first appearance of Spider-Woman, the non-Jessica Drew version. I forget, I think Carpenter is her last name, but that's Secret Wars. Every issue besides number 8, there's some rumblings about that. So, but this cover, I just got it purely because I remembered this cover and I enjoyed it. So just to get that in case is pretty damn cool. Speaking of Secret Wars number 8, which is a key to a lot of modern comic collectors. Oh boy. I finally got reunited with Secret Wars number 8. I had this set as a kid, and I remember it because I drew all over it. Yeah, I defaced a Secret Force number 8, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but I was small. And I think I have the toy. Where is it? Is he here? Yeah. Now, to tell you the story real quick, I was shopping with my mother, and the Secret Wars Mattel toy is how I knew that Spider-Man had a black costume. When I saw this as a kid, I wanted this toy so bad. And my mother got it for me. And it was because of this, I got into this. So it's kind of cool to get reunited. And I think about my mom, like, you know, how I talked about it with Optimus Prime, how a mother, you know, will go through hell just to make her put a smile on her child's face. And we just had Mother's Day. So, you know, that's why this means a lot to me, because, you know, I know my mom got that toy and I got reunited with this. Another thing, you see, this is a 6.5, and a lot of people are like, ah, it's just a 6.5, but it goes what I was saying, like, you know, there's only a finite amount of 9.8s and 9.6, and sometimes the real bargains on key issues is targeting the lower grades, because there's so many of those high grades that eventually there'll be a trickle down effect. It's just, you know, the way things are. So eventually even the lower grades in these key issues will come in high demand if that's what you're pursuing. For me, this is going up on the wall, and I'm just glad to be reunited with it. Now, if you've been following me on Facebook or Instagram, you know that, you know, I have a very big G.I. Joe comic collection. There's only a few issues I'm missing. Issue number 155 and issue number 21. Well, I'm very happy to say that I finally was able to get my very own issue 21. First print, newsstand variant. Yes, it's probably going to come back as a 7. I'm going to be honest with you. There's some imperfections on it, but it's just, you have no idea how long and hard I've waited and how many times I passed on issue number 21s because, that's not right, that's not right. But this was exactly what I was looking for. A high grade issue number 21 is out of my price range. I mean, I could have, obviously I can't afford, but the point is I refuse to. Like, you know, I have a mortgage, 2 cars. I'm a grown ass man. Like, you know, I have other financial obligations. I am not going to allocate top dollar on something, you know, like, but like I said, like sometimes getting lower grades and stuff, especially for your own personal collection, is advantageous. This thing, I mean, I can't tell you how excited and how much this means to me to get issue number 155 and be reunited with it. So this is going along with another Transformers number 1 that I'm sending to, I don't know who I'm sending to. I'll probably send it to EGS Expert Grading Services. But I just want to showcase that, and I'm glad you joined me. I am working on the last Paul Allure comic, G.I. Joe series called Castle Fall. It's a big issue, so that's why it's kind of taking me a while, and I should have that by the end of this weekend. Anyway, this is GIJoe Are You. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to the next episode of Codename New to Viewer 2. And hey, when you're at it, why don't you hit that subscribe button for me? Have a nice day. Bye-bye.